Hi and welcome to the first flexibility training for our front splits. Our journey begins here. We're going to learn technique, alignment, passive, active flexibility drills to improve that desired front split skill, or maybe just improve general leg flexibility and your hip flexibility as well. So always keep in mind, meet yourself where you are, okay, without any judgment, just knowing that if you put in the work, the results will come, okay? But you have to be honest with yourself that you're actually following routine, being consistent, and you will see results, I promise you that. You can pause the video and do your general warm-up, or maybe you already after your workout. Otherwise, we're going to begin on our hands and knees and come into a child's pose. We're just going to pause here, establish our breath. Noticing how our breathing is today, maybe nice and long and relaxed. Maybe it's a little bit shorter, higher in your chest. So we just want to establish even breathing into your nose. Perhaps you want to count in your head, inhaling to 4, exhaling to 4. Okay, so the breathing is really important in our stretchers. We want to work with our nervous system, not against it. Okay, and from here, look forward, come into your tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees. And we're going to take a few cat-cows just to mobilize the spine, okay? Sometimes people forget that front splits always include the flexibility of the lower back, so at least important to warm up this area of your body. Okay, so you can do a full cat-cow like this, look up, exhale round. And again, let's do 4 more on your own time. And 2 more. And last one. Okay. We're going to add 4 more rounds, just a lower back, okay? So isolate the lower back, arch, and tuck. Arch, and tuck. Beautiful. 2 more. And tuck. And again. And tuck. Come back into your neutral spine. For our glute activation, we're going to extend our right leg back. Point your toes, and we're going to lift and lower. For 8. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, flex the foot and bend the knee. Okay, so we're now going to bring the knees together. We're going to just pose towards the sky, towards the ceiling for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to bring knees together and open to the side. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, and again, let's do 8. When you're ready, open up, pause for a second, and lower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna continue with a circle for your hips all the way around for 1, for 2, three, and last one. And reverse direction to the side. 1, 2, 3, and last one. Very good. Let's do other side. If that's too much on your hands, you're welcome to come on your forearms. Okay, so wherever you are, extending left toes back and lift. Spine nice and neutral. 6, 5, 4, 3, squeezing the glute at the top, 2, and 1. Flex the foot, bend the knee, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to bring the knees together. Open to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Open the knees and big circles. And last one, and 4 to other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring the knees down, and we're gonna lift your hips nice and high into your downward facing dog shape, and bring your feet nice and wide. We're gonna walk your hands back into the forward fold and sink low into your yogi squat or malasana. We're going to extend the knees towards the sky and lower again. So your hands can stay fingertips on the ground. Maybe you can maybe you have mobility to grab your ankles like so, or other option, having blocks in front of you and straightening and bending. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to do 8. Wherever you are, I'm going to choose this one and extend. Still doing our dynamic flexibility exercises. 6 more. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and straighten. Bring your hands, elbows, grabbing the elbows, maybe swing side to side. Okay, if that's too much for your hamstrings, you can keep the knee slightly bent. One more deep breath. And slowly gonna unroll to standing. Very good. Let's continue for our dynamic warm-up. Bring your feet nice and wide. Your toes is pointing forward, and we're going to reach your ankles as we twist. Reach your right hand to the left foot and switch. Okay, 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, maybe grabbing the ankles if you can reach. We're going to continue with modified side lunge. Lean to the left side, bend the knee, and to the right. You can also bring the fingertips down. Beautiful. Do 4 more each side. Three. Feel the stretch. 2. Last one. Next time your left knee is bent, we're gonna come forward to the short edge of your mat and bring the back knee down. We're going to find our stacked position. So my shoulders is over my hips and I'm tucking my tailbone. Okay, so I'm not here. Okay, my tailbone is tucked like so. So maybe you already start feeling the stretch. And we're going to take your hands behind your head. Okay, lower belly is in. And keep that tucking of your tailbone. So meaning your glute is engaged. Okay, that's important. And we're going to lean forward. So imagine this right hip bone, okay, like a headlight, going forward and down, keeping that glute engagement. Okay, let's do 5 more. Come back. Okay, nice and slow. This is not a rushed movement. Okay, 4 more. 4. 3. 2. And last one. I'm gonna hold here for 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to this square 90-90 position. I'm gonna place left hand onto your thigh. Again, keeping the tailbone tucked still, okay? Right hand up and over for a side bend. Hold here. 1 more breath. And come facing the front. This time, pivot the right shin behind you. So I'm coming into this modified side lunge. And the same principle, we're gonna tuck the tailbone, okay? So I'm not here, okay, doing this. I'm going to tuck my tailbone, everything is stacked again. I'm gonna nice and upright. We're gonna lean forward with that knee over your toes. It's okay that your knee passing your toes, okay? You may as well can work on the ankle mobility too, okay? Feeling the stretch in your inner thighs and back. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, guys. Let's come back forward and let's switch to other side. Okay, so the same thing. Right toes forward into your lunge. Okay, nice and square. Everything is 90-90. Pelvis is tucking under, okay? Hands to the behind you. And when you're ready, we're gonna lean forward, left hip forward and down. Okay, keeping that squeezing. And back. Six more. So we're doing 8 in total. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to the square, keeping the tucking of your tailbone, and take a side bend. Elongating left side of your body all the way from your pinky fingers. And release it down. The same as other side. Let's pivot the shin behind you. And to prepare, you can place your hands on the hips. We're gonna lean forward. Feel the stretch on the inner thighs. And again. 6 more. 5. Knees over in line with your toes as much as possible. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Coming back to the front. Back into your wide leg forward fold. I'm gonna change position to show you like this. We're gonna do 8 rounds of good morning. Okay, just body weight. Wide legs, hands on the hips, sticking your bum back as you hinge from the hips. Engage your quads, so lift your kneecaps up. Okay, feel the stretch in your hamstrings. And push into your feet to rise up. Okay, straight legs, nice and strong. 7 more. And up, squeezing everything at the top. If you want to make it harder, you can reach your hands in front of you. And we're doing 5 more. 4. Strengthening our hamstrings the same as lengthening. 3. 2. And last one. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rising up. For the next dynamic exercise, we're just going to include a little bit for our hip flexors. For this one, you can stand by the wall to help with the balance. Or you can have a chair, place one hand for support. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just bring the leg forward and back. Forward and back. Slowly increasing amplitude. So maybe you can use your hand to touch your toes like this. So we are using some momentum, but we're not like a noodle, okay? Everything is still engaged. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice to warm up. Nice to warm up your hip flexors. Okay, other side. So support, you may not need support, okay? So it's up to you. And again, starting small. And increasing the height. Wherever you are, that's totally fine. Okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Very good. If you can grab some water if you like. And we continue with more static isometric stretches. Next exercise is our pyramid. For this one, I recommend using the blocks. Place your hands on the blocks, maybe the highest setting, maybe medium setting, maybe the lower setting. But if you're really flexible, you've done some flexibility training for splits before, maybe you can have fingertips on the ground. Okay, so my both feet forward, 1 foot steps back. Okay, at the angle slightly. Hips are square and I'm gonna hinge from the hips. Okay, so maybe I already feel the stretch. And I'm just gonna relax into my passive static stretching. I have my timer here, so we're gonna hold for around 45 seconds to a minute. Taking deep breaths. So the key in flexibility training, always don't forget to breathe. Okay, this is your bridge from nervous system to your flexible muscles. Okay, maybe you easing into the stretch, want you lower down your blocks. Ten more seconds. Flat back as much as possible. And we're going to slightly bend the knee, bring the right leg all the way back to prepare for your lizard. Okay, maybe you're using your blocks as well for this one. Hands inside your foot. And I'm just going to begin with the circles. Okay, so my hips going up and down. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can just do rocking forward and back, bringing some movement into your hips. One direction and then other. And last time. Okay, bring the back knee down. Okay, so maybe you want to pad your knee. Come into your lizard. So maybe you're high onto your hands like this. Maybe you want to use your blocks or maybe even a chair, okay? So choose your option. Also, there's variation coming onto your elbows with or without the blocks. This always feels nice and relaxing. And again, we're going to do 4 to 5 seconds. Nice, soft breathing. Noticing where you feel the stretch. And also making sure there's nothing ever feels painful. No shooting or sharp pain is acceptable in your training, okay? Just make sure you come out of the pose, choose different variation, or maybe skipping altogether. Slowly rising up. We're going to take a quad stretch, and again you can use the blocks for under your hands. Let's bend the back knee and see if you can grab the toes. You also can use the strap to bring your leg closer for a quad stretch. Let's do 20 seconds more. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your foot back. Come up nice and tall and still in your low lunge. Untuck your toes and we're gonna take a low lunge back bend. Look up if you can, maybe the same variation we did before. Pressing the right toes into the mat to activate what you're stretching. And look forward, shifting back into your half split. Take your blocks by your side. Okay, so knee is straight as much as possible, flexing your toes towards your face and fold. Okay, stopping where you feel the stretch. And just hold here. With or without the blocks, it's up to you. Everyone's going to be different. You're also making sure your hips are staying square, not too open like this to the side. So maybe even taking the hand into the hip crease and just adjusting yourself. The left hip is back. Okay, 5 more seconds. And rise up. Let's rebend the knee. And again, with or without the blocks. Place them in front of you. Put your hands down and we're gonna come into the standing split kicks. So this leg straightens or slightly bent, wherever you are, okay? Tap your toes and kick as you fall towards that standing leg. Stay here and let's do 9 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. 8 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release it down. Feet together. Well done. Pausing here for a moment, maybe bending one knee at a time. And rising up. Ready for other side? Right toes is forward for your pyramid. Hips are square and hinge down. Okay, so pause where you feel the stretch. Adjust your blocks. Maybe the chair in front of you. Let's hold here for a minute or so. You may notice that both sides feel different. Maybe your right or left side hamstrings are a little bit more flexible. It's quite common to have injuries in your hamstrings, especially if you're playing sports. So for those individuals, definitely it can feel different on each side. Ten more seconds. And rebend the knee. Step back into your lizard. Okay, so both hands inside. And I'm going to begin with my circles up and down. Changing direction. You also just hold your lizard if you wish. Back knee lifted. Forward and back. Back to the circles. And when you're ready, we're going to place the back knee down. Take your blocks. Untuck your toes, maybe padding your knee. and lower down into our passive relaxing stretch. Face is relaxed. There's one nice indicator if you feel like you're clenching your jaw, your teeth are kind of working hard in your face. It's time to back off a little bit. And you also, if these stretches feels quite long to you, you just come out of the stretch and come back in again. Come out, come back in again. Eventually, after a few weeks, you'll get used to it. Your nervous system will adapt. You're gonna desensitize your stretch reflex a little bit. And I promise you, it's gonna feel much more comfortable. Still, you have discomfort, okay? That's where the growth happens. But in general, it definitely gets easier. So sometimes it's not only how the stretch looks like, how you look into this position, but also how it feels when you're in it, okay? I'm gonna raise up, bend the knee, and let's take a quad stretch. Or also called a twisted lunge. Ten more seconds. And slowly release the foot down. Bring the foot back into the middle and take a low lunge. Any variation with your hands. And maybe hands behind you like so. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor, also your abdominals. And shifting back into your half split. Take your blocks to either side. Okay, so starting nice and tall and then hinging from the hips. So here I start feeling the stretch, I pause, and maybe after a few breaths I go deeper into the stretch, but not straight away. You don't have to go straight away. I call it pre-stretch. Okay, so take 10 seconds just to make adjustments and just folding deeper as you're holding it for longer. Okay, back hip is stacked over your knee. Fifteen seconds more. Okay, knee is straight, quads engaged, kneecap pulled up on this right leg. And let's come out, nice with control. Rebend the knee, you know what's coming next, our standing split kicks. Blocks in front of you, wherever height you prefer. And come onto that right foot, straighten the leg, tap your toes, and lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 8 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet together and relax it into your forward fold. Open the feet nice and wide and sit low into your squat, pushing the knees, using your elbows out, nice and tall. And let's come onto the sitting bones. Right ankle over your left knee, hands behind you. Okay, come high on your fingertips and chest is lifting forward. Okay, so trying to Open out the right hip, right glute. Okay, pause here. And when you're ready, lower down onto your elbows. Okay, shoulders are down. I'm gonna lift the left foot off the floor, hands behind your hamstring or in front of the shin. Okay, so wherever it feels accessible for you today. Let's hold our glute stretch. Okay. You can close your eyes if you wish. And let's release it down. Okay, for our next stretch, we're going to need a strap. So grab your strap. But before that, we're going to extend that right leg that we were stretching towards the sky. Left knee is bent and just flexing and pointing the foot. Flexing and pointing. Okay, the whole leg is active. Okay, so quad is working. And now we're gonna grab the strap, place it around the ball of the foot. So maybe your leg is further back here. When the knee is straight, that's totally fine. So pause where you feel the stretch, okay? So for me, it's going to be here. Keeping the hips down. And also you want to have relaxed shoulders. We're going to extend the left leg to the ground as well. So the back leg is acting, the left leg is acting as our back leg in a split. Okay, so you want to not forget about that leg as well. Toes towards the sky, okay, are pointed. And it's internally rotating your femur, okay, your thigh. Okay, so we're not relaxing like this. Okay, your toes are not falling to the side. Your whole leg is, if it was already in a split, okay, nice and straight. Okay, from here I'm gonna hold my stretch. Okay, 10 more seconds. Next, we're going to do contract, relax method for our hamstrings. We're going to contract for 10 seconds and relax for 20 seconds, 2 rounds. Okay, so we're gonna contract the hamstrings by slightly bending the knee and pushing into the strap. Okay, 5, 4, maybe 70% or so of your strength. And release. Maybe bringing your foot closer towards your face and just relaxing here for 20 seconds. Again, don't forget that left leg as well. Okay, ready for round 2? Okay, kick into the strap for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. See if you can, using the strap, bring the leg higher. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, this time take both hands, this time take both straps into the right hand. Bring the toes to the side, so externally rotate your leg. So we're not bringing it to the side just like so. Okay, open toes to the side and bring your right leg to the right. Okay, maybe left hand like a cactus. Open through your inner thighs. "20 seconds more. And if the knee is bent, that's totally fine too. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that right leg towards the sky. Release your strap to the side. I'm gonna lift the shoulders off the floor, reaching fingertips forward, and hold actively your foot, okay? Point your toes, hold, bring the leg closer towards your face, okay? Really engaging your hip flexors. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and with control, we're gonna come to seat. Grab the foot into your hands, and again, straighten up. Use a strap if you need for this one as well. That's totally fine. And we're going to add another active hold. Okay, so when you're ready, it doesn't matter how high is your leg, we're just working on that strength and range strength. Okay, ready? Okay, release the hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. The foot is shaking, leg is shaking. And just relax it down. Well done. And when you're ready, let's move it to other side. Left leg comes on top. We have our strap beside us. And gently opening through your left glute. Very good. And let's lower down onto your elbows. All the way onto your back. Float that foot and grab hamstring or the front of the shin. Relaxing into the stretch. Three more breaths. And slowly releasing the foot down onto the mat. Extend the left leg towards the sky. And again, flexing and pointing your foot while still actively working those muscles. Very nice. Okay, let's grab our strap around the ball of the foot or wherever you have, maybe a scarf, maybe a belt. Let's extend the right leg straight as well. Okay, toes active, internally rotating the thigh. And find the stretch for your left hamstrings. Okay, we're looking for a little bit of intensity. Maybe 6 out of 10. Maybe 5, and eventually you're gonna build up to that number 7 out of 10, where actually okay to hold more intense stretches. Okay, let's do our contract, relax. Okay, we're gonna contract for 10 seconds, okay? Start kicking. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, stop kicking, and maybe bringing leg closer towards you. Hold for 20 seconds. Okay, I'm keeping the eye on my timer. Okay, ready for round 2. So we're starting from this new position, okay? Begin kicking, okay? As if you're trying to do this, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, stop kicking, and maybe bringing that leg closer. 20 seconds more. Okay, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take both ends of the strap into your left hand. I'm gonna shuffle a little bit for you to see. And again, my foot toes turns out, okay? I think it's called like a first position in dance. And then bringing the, if I'm not wrong, if I am, please correct me. And bringing the leg to the side. Okay, if it's still bent like so, that's okay. Over time, it's gonna straighten up. Okay, 20 seconds more. And 3, and 2, and last one. Bring it back. And let's do our active drill. Remove the strap. Notice where your leg is in space. Lifting your shoulders off the floor as well. Point your toes, really engaging, bringing that leg towards your face as you're trying to touch your knee to your forehead and reach your fingertips forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly coming up into seated version. Chest is lifted and hold your leg using your hands or your strap. Deep breath into your nose. Exhale. Okay, ready for another active drill? Okay, let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Take an easy fold. Maybe bending your knees. Very good. We're going to try to slide into our first split. Okay, so take your blocks to the side. Let's start onto your right knee. Okay, you're welcome to pad it again to bring something softer under. Okay, and I'm gonna extend the left foot forward. So we're gonna make it nice and easy for the first one, okay? So the main thing, you want your shoulders stacked over your hips. Okay, so I'm not here, okay? Just concentrating on the hamstrings. I'm all the way here. Okay, so once you find your alignment. Let's hold. So this one is gonna be just few breaths, 30 seconds or so. You can untuck your toes if that feels better. One more breath. Okay, and slowly squeezing your inner thighs together to come back. Let's rebend and straighten, bringing some movement. Okay, and the next one, you may want to use something slidey like a socks. So I'm going to grab my socks. Also, if you were on a carpet or somewhere, that probably was slidey enough, okay? So round 2 is gonna be more relaxed stretch, okay? So find your split wherever you are. And we're going to use our blocks to really relax into the stretch. So maybe you want, sorry, I use this one to see better. Use one block like this, maybe higher setting. Okay, maybe you want to use 2 blocks stacked. Okay, you might need a chair for support to stay upright like so, okay? Okay, so we are familiarizing with how actually it feels to be in a split. Okay, how it actually feels to be flat, even though we are still raised, but our alignment is really nice. Okay, so if you feel the stretch now, just hold here for a minute. Okay, for me, I don't feel anything here. I'm gonna lower down onto one block. Okay, let's hold here for the full minute. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Slow, deep breaths. I know it's challenging, these long holds, but they are really effective. If you need to come out and come back in. Okay, so staying upright. We have 15 seconds more. You've got this. And you can lean forward to slowly coming back. It's never easy. Nice rebend and straighten. Taking a little break. Okay, when you're ready, bring knees together and we're gonna do other side. So extending right leg forward. Knee straight. I like my toes tucked to start with, just to kind of have a more squareness in my hips. Okay, and then once you're ready, you can untuck your toes. I'm stacking my shoulders over my hips. So personally for me, this side is much more difficult. But we got to love both sides and work on both. Okay, I'm gonna untuck my toes. So this is not your deepest, your split, okay? Just nice and mild sensation in your hamstrings, your hip flexors. Beautiful. Okay, engaging your quad. Yeah, both shoulders facing forward. and squeeze your inner thighs to come back. Okay, let's rebend and straighten. Very good. You can pause and take a longer break, but not as long as you get cold in your muscles, okay? Anyway, let's continue on and let's go into our relaxed split, okay? So find your sliding position. I need to go on the floor. So you will learn a lot into this split training. What surface works, which socks works, which cushion, which blocks. And my advice, always make sure everything feels comfortable for your knee and your heel, that your nervous system is not working extra hard, okay? So if your body parts are already relaxed and they're not stressed, your nervous system, your brain will allow you to go into that stretch deeper, okay? Okay, so I'm using my block for under my thigh or under my glute. And I'm gonna hold here. I'm gonna try to relax as much as possible. You can check my back leg as well. Beautiful. We have 30 seconds more. Shoulders stacked. You always can adjust if you need to. Deep breaths. One more time. Remove the block as you come out of the stretch. Very good. And rebend and straighten. Nice work, everyone. And to finish this practice, let's take a pigeon pose and a seated twist. So from all fours, we're gonna bring the left knee behind the left wrist, extend the right leg back. Okay, find your pigeon and lower onto your elbows. Taking few moments. Notice how your body feels after this training. Make sure you take a day or two to rest your body. Before you do another class like this. So basically, once you don't feel sore anymore, you can do a class again. Also making sure you're hydrating yourself, eating nutritious food. And rise up. Let's swing the back leg all the way forward. And we're gonna place it outside the thigh like this. Both sitting bones grounded. Right hand behind you and extending the left fingertips towards the sky and twist over to the right, hooking the left elbow outside the right thigh. Very good. And release it forward. Swing the leg back into your tabletop and let's do other side. Okay, pigeon pose on the right side. Right knee behind the left wrist. Sorry, right wrist. And folding down. And we never want to do this kind of hip openers if our knees are sore or there is some acute injury. Maybe just finding different seated variations if this pigeon pose doesn't feel good for your knee. So as always, just being really mindful how it feels. Let's take one more deep breath into your nose. Exhale out. Okay, let's rise up. Let's take that leg to the front and all the way, knees stacking. Okay, sitting bones down, grounded, and left fingertips is behind you. Right hand extends towards the sky and twist as you hook outside your knee. Okay, other variation, it could be just hugging the knee gently in towards your chest. Okay, nice glute stretch. Also, it's really good for our spine. One more deep breath. And let's gaze forward. Come to nice seat. I just want to say very well done for completing this class. Eventually, after a few weeks, this routine is probably going to be too easy for you. Then we're going to move up to the next, more intense, more drills, deeper stretches, maybe holding them for longer and more sets. I'm looking forward to see in those videos. Happy stretching!